Okay.
The time is 6:30 p.m. and the Louisville Planning and Zoning Commission meeting of December 15th, 2015 is now called to order, and there is a quorum present. Item 2 on the agenda is approval of the minutes of the November 17th, 2015 meeting. If there are no additions or corrections, may I have a motion to approve as presented?
Move to approve.
Move to approve by Brandon,
Second.
seconded by Steve. Those in favor signify aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item number 3 is a consent agenda. It's a plat of Lakewood Hills South Edition, lots 1 through 37, and lot 38X, block A, 1 through 21, and 22X. Block B, lots 1 through 15, block C, and it is a 19.617 acre tract. It is zoned PUD3, located on the west side of Josie Lane and north of Farm to Market 544. Mary?
Good evening, Commissioners. This is a final plat for Lakewood Hills South. It's one of several final plats for this PUD. There are no new variances requested. It is a consent agenda item. Recommendation is that the P&Z approve it subject to obtaining all the signatures on the plat.
Commissioners, questions? Okay, if not, may I have a motion, please?
Move to approve.
Move to approve by Sean,
Second.
seconded by Alden. Those in favor signify aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 4 is public hearing for consent agenda for plats. 4A is the final plat of Vista Village Edition, lots 8R and 9, block B. It is a 4.391 acre tract. Its land is zoned local commercial LC, located on the northeast corner of Farm to Market 3040 and Vista Drive, being a replat of Lot 8, Block B of Vista Village Edition.
Again, these 4 plats on the agenda are public hearing consent items. There are no variances requested. Staff would recommend approval of all plats, subject to all the signatures being obtained.
Okay. So we open up a public hearing for item 4A. If anyone wishes to speak on this item, please come forward, sign in, and state your name.
You can do all 4 at the same time if you'd like.
Okay, that'll save time. Item B is the final plat of South Ridge Edition, Phase 1, Lot 23R, Block A, and is a 1.295 acre tract. It is zoned local commercial LC, located on the east side of Edmonds Lane, approximately 650 feet north of FM 3040, and it's a replat of Lot 23, Block 1, South Ridge Edition, Phase 1. Commissioners, any questions on that one?
Just for notice of correction, you said, at least that's what I heard, you said block A, and it should be block I, correct?
Ah, okay.
Other than that,
So noted. I'm using trifocals, so forgive me.
it happens.
All right. Item C, final plat of Louisville Town Crossing, lots 9R-1R and 9R-4. It is Block A, a 1.7143 acre tract, designated light industrial L1, located on the north side of Windhaven Parkway, east of Josie Lane. Item D is the final plat of Castle Hills SEC Josie Windhaven Edition, lots 4R, 5R, and 8XR, Block A. It is a 4.773 acre tract designated General Business 2, GB2, and is light industrial L1, located at the southeast quadrant of Windhaven Parkway and Josie Lane, being a replat of Castle Hills SEC Josie Windhaven Edition, lots 4, 5, and 8X. We have the public hearing open. Any other questions before? All right, still at this time, if anyone wishes to speak on any of these items, please come forward, sign in, and state your name. All right, having no one come forward, the public hearing is now closed. Commissioners, comments, questions, concerns?
One question, do all of these plats require signatures? You said the first A needed to obtain the signatures. So is that for B, C, and D as well?
We have two of the plats here. Two of them are en route. They had to go out of town or out of state to obtain some signatures.
Okay.
Anyone else? If not, we'll vote on these as one motion.
Move to approve with the necessary signatures being obtained for the two.
Okay, motion by Brandon,
Second.
seconded by Mary Ellen. Those in favor signify aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries unanimously. Item 5 is a public hearing for zoning and ordinance amendments. Consideration of an amendment of the zoning ordinance in order to amend the concept plan for Hebron 121 Station, a mixed-use development on approximately 90.08 acre tract. It is out of the A.J. Hitchcock Survey, abstract number 614, the McKinney and Williams Survey, abstract number 936, and the BBB and CRR Company Survey, abstract number 144, bounded by the DGNO Railroad to the east, Timber Creek to the west, State Highway 121 to the south, and Lakeside Circle to the north, and zone mixed-use 90 District, MU 90, as requested by Riverside DPH, the property owner. This is case number PZ 2015-1119. Richard?
Good evening, Chairman Davis and members of the commission. This item may look a little familiar to you. This item was on the November 17th agenda, and while staff was preparing this item for city council consideration, it was discovered by our legal department that procedural error had occurred, and that did give the applicant an opportunity to add a few little notes and make a few little tweaks, but the city attorney had recommended that it come back before the P&Z. And we did correct that error. It was actually an interpretation of our ordinance. Staff did not erect the required signage. We did conduct the public hearing and send out all the proper notices. It was originally, staff originally thought that since the zoning wasn't changing, that the signs would add confusion to the public. But after further investigation, it was determined that the signs did indeed need to go up. So that was corrected, and so we're kind of going back through the process, and this item will go back to the city council next week. As a quick little overview, go ahead and put the concept plan amendment on the screen. The changes that are being proposed is the addition of 124 residential units, which is a 7% increase, which normally doesn't require a concept plan approval. But the items that do kick in the concept plan approval is 3 new housing types that are being proposed. They're proposing a structured wrap type structure, a mansion home, and a townhome type product. And those are outlined in the various areas on the concept plan. I do have some imagery for that. In addition to that, the curved building at the northern end of the large promenade was originally proposed for 20,000 square feet of retail on the ground floor. And the applicant is proposing to reduce that down to 4,000. In addition to that, a 1,500 square foot restaurant will be built kind of in front of that building, along with a 7,500 square foot fitness facility. And this is kind of partnered with the proposed zoning change that you also considered on November 17th for the non-residential or commercial development on the other side of the train station. So it's really kind of looked at as one overall large development. Another item to note too in this is the fact that that ground floor, even though 16,000 square feet will be used for residential. Those units will have 12-foot ceilings, so if the market demands in the future, they would have the ability to utilize part or all of that 16,000 square feet for commercial uses. The applicant was unable to be here tonight, but if you have any questions, I'd be glad to cover any questions that you might have.
How large did you say the fitness facility was?
7,500 square feet.
7,500, okay.
So they're adding 9 with the fitness facility and 9,000 square feet with the fitness facility and the restaurant combined, but losing 16 in the current building.
Commissioners? Okay, Richard, thank you.
Thank you.
This time, we'll open up the public hearing. If there's anyone who wishes to speak, please come forward, sign in, and state your name. All right, having no one come forward, the public hearing is now closed. Commissioners, comments, questions? All right, this time may I have a motion.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion by Steve to approve. Seconded by Kristen. Those in favor signify aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries.
Chairman Davis, this item will be considered by the City Council during a public hearing next Tuesday, December the 21st at 7:00 p.m.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, item B is consideration of a zone change request from Local Commercial District LC to Medical District MD on approximately 14.310 acre tract. It is out of the Jesse Watkins Survey, abstract number 1327. The subject site is located at the southwest corner of Farm to Market 3040 and Ace Lane. This request is being made by Mark Bolden and of Senior Care Living 6 LLC on behalf of Hawkeye Realty, West Louisville LP, the property owner, case number PZ 2015-1221. Mary?
Good evening, Commissioners. The property is located, as you can see, south of FM 3040, Ace Lane, and Valley Parkway. The property is currently vacant. It has 2 new apartment complexes, both to the south and across the street of Valley Parkway. Some more apartments over here. This is a proposed self-storage facility that was recently approved, which is currently under review by staff. We have some more local commercial property over here, and then the school owns this property over here.
Is that where the buffalo used to roam?
I'm sorry?
Where the buffalo used to roam?
I think it's further down. I think that's a little further down from
Okay.
Round Road.
Okay. So the property is currently zoned local commercial, which allows for a multitude of neighborhood services and offices, primarily retail in nature. The applicant is requesting medical district to allow for memory care facility and an assisted living facility with approximately 110 units, an additional independent living facility in a future phase as well. The assisted living are typically low-impact uses and have very minor traffic impacts. Given the lot size and zoning requirements for medical district, likely alternative uses include medical offices and medical retail type development. The rezoning and resulting development will improve the property and will complement the surrounding land uses. Staff would recommend approval of the zone change request. The applicant is here this evening. If you have any questions, there is a schematic that was provided in your packets. So this is a future phase. This is the assisted living, and this would be the memory care facility. And then they have some, amenities. They have a pond and some other surrounding the perimeter. Do you have any questions? I think the applicant is here and will probably say a few words.
had a
Questions?
question. I don't see an entrance off of South Valley Parkway. Is that right? Or am I just not seeing where it is?
Looks like it's on.
This is just a schematic, so we haven't, I don't think they've gone that far into detail as to where the entrances are gonna be.
Okay.
I have a question. What kind of materials for the exterior?
I believe FM 3040 is a gateway, so they'd be bound by the gateway requirements, which is brick or stone.
But to clarify, all we're doing here is the zoning change, so none of that's,
Nothing?
Correct. Right. So what we're looking at tonight is this zone change request the highest and best use for that piece of property?
Okay. Thank you, Mary. And yes, that's where the buffalo were. So, at this time, we'll open up the public hearing. Anyone that wishes to speak may come forward, sign in, and state your name.
Hello, Commissioners. My name's Case King, and I'm here representing the owner-developer group. And just thought I'd maybe give you a little bit of background on who we are and kind of what we're doing here. Our team has over $1 billion of new construction experience over the last 10 years. We formed a strategic partnership over the last year with the NFL Alumni Association, and that's what kind of brings us to the Dallas area. We have an agreement to develop 32 of our Inspired Living brand facilities in each NFL city over the next 7 years. And so that's kind of why we're in the Dallas area. And our demographics came back very strongly for this particular site, and we're excited to be here. We've built this facility in several locations throughout the United States, started in Florida, and we're right now currently under development in New Orleans and Houston, Windermere, which is right outside of Orlando, and Atlanta, Georgia. So thanks for having us, and if there's any other questions that you have, we'd be happy to address those.
I know it's a little early in the process, but approximately how many new jobs would this create?
Sure. So these facilities are creating about 100, a minimum of 100 new full-time jobs.
Okay. Commissioners, questions?
What's the time frame between you have the first group of buildings that you're gonna build, and then there's a second add-on, I guess that's more, that's less assisted living, but more, I
Like
guess,
an independent-
senior living?
Sure.
About how long from the first phase to the second?
That's a good question, and actually a difficult one to answer. We don't, have a timeline this evening for that, although I can tell you that, when we do take down the land, we take down all of it at one time, so it certainly doesn't, serve our interest to keep it, sort of not working for us for too long. Our construction time is roughly, on these facilities, 12 to 14 months, just to kind of give you an idea. And it would be probably unlikely that we would attempt to, start construction on the second phase before our first phase is finished, so.
Thank you.
do you have, well, that brings up the next question. Do you have, at your other facilities, have you done the same sort of process where you've got a one piece and you go into a second phase? And if so, what have you gone to the second phase, and how long has that typically been?
We have not. This agreement with the NFL, where we're going nationally, has just started in the last year. So we do have starts. We've got buildings under construction as part of this program, and we do have some of our sites. Not all of them are sizable enough that we're able to plan for future phases, but we don't have any second phases under construction now. So, no problem.
When would you commence construction on this one?
Well, how soon can we get approved? We look to break ground shortly after closing. Right now, we're hoping that we can get started in late February. We understand that there's a process to go through, and but that would be ideal. And certainly, once we have all the approvals in place, we're ready to break ground. We have our financial partnership solidified, and we're ready to go.
Thank you.
Anything else? Mr. King, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
If anyone else wishes to speak, please come forward. Okay, if not, at this time, the public hearing is now closed. Discussion? If not, may I have a motion?
Move to approve?
Who said that? Sean?
John says.
Sean made a motion to approve, seconded by Kristen. Those in favor signify aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Item number 6 is reports.
Chairman Davis, before we move forward, the previous item will be considered by the City Council on January the 18th, 2016, 7 o'clock p.m.
Thank you, sir. Item 6 is reports. We'll take a 10-minute intermission and reconvene for the Capital Improvements Advisory Committee. And I believe there's another announcement.
Couple announcements. The first is that the January 5th, 2016 P&Z meeting is canceled. Our next regular meeting will be January 19th. And then the second announcement is some of you may have received a notice on the upcoming Focus North Texas Symposium. It will be held on Friday, January 15th, 2016. It's an all-day seminar, and that will be located at the Colwell Center in Garland. I will be sending out an email probably tomorrow to give everyone a deadline. We would like to make sure we register during the early bird window. We get significant cost savings with that. But I would encourage as many commissioners to attend, if at all possible. It's a really good program.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, one item left to do. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn?
Moved by Brandon, second by Mary Ellen. Those in favor, aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Meeting adjourned.